to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running. Welcome back to Tough Love Tuesday. I'm your host, Coach Caroline. And this week, I want to kind of give a precursor to what Valerie and I are going to be talking about on Friday. We recently sat down because we had quite a few of our members going through marathon training. And as we've mentioned before on the podcast, we believe at RunRX you should not run more than 2 hours. So the quintessential 20-miler should not be done by a non-elite runner. The idea is that those that are running 20 miles are actually able to run 20 miles in about 2 hours. Most elite athletes do not run more than 2 hours for their longest run. And that's because after 2 hours, your body begins to break down. So as non-elite athletes, as standard runners or regular everyday people, when we go out and we do a 3-hour or a 4-hour 20-mile run, we've just broken down our body. And then we can't go running again for sometimes up to a week. And so then what happens is we think we should be able to go running, so we go back out there again. And then your results you're going to get are you're going to get injured, okay? You're working your body on a broken down, already damaged machine, okay? You're not letting your body recuperate. You're not doing what's necessary for your body. Now, I'm going to tell you that if this is the first time you've heard it, you probably think we're nuts, okay? And I get that. It took me a little while to really, I haven't tested it because I don't choose to run another marathon. I've already run my 4, but I understand the logic behind it of running on a broken down body, okay? So what I want to challenge you with is what I do know from running the 4 marathons that I ran, is that the work I did leading up to the marathon is what mattered. The day of the marathon, there are so many things that could happen. What you eat, what's the weather, what's happening on the race course. Is it raining? Is it sunny? Is it hot? Are you prepared for the heat? Are you prepared for what happens? You know, you think about the Olympic athletes whose goggles went down around their neck. Had they prepared for that, right? Same goes for running. So what I want to challenge you with, and this is what Valerie and I talk about, is trusting in the training you're doing, whoever it's with, especially if it's with RunRX and Valerie, and trusting that even though it's different from what your friends are doing, it's going to help you succeed in the long run, and you're going to not be injured. You're going to be able to run another marathon if you should choose to without being injured. Also, we put so much into that one day that when we do spend the time, we build up so much in our mind that you really should give it all on that day. You really shouldn't be crushing yourself before you get out there. But I'll tell you that most of that has to do with your mindset. It has to do with what you're thinking on that day. And the wall that people talk about, if you've never run a marathon, the wall is not physical, it's mental. Your body can run a marathon. Your body can do whatever you tell it to do. And you know how I know this? Is because I've run 4 marathons. And I guarantee you that each and every marathon, I thought I could not walk when I passed that gate. But I'll tell you, I had to walk to the car, I had to walk home, I had to walk to the bathroom, I had to get back up. You will keep moving. You will keep going. So your body can do so much more than you give it credit for. It's your mind that you have to work on. So that's what I'd like to challenge you with before our Friday call, is start thinking about what comes to mind when we say, don't run more than 2 hours. Do you think, oh my God, that's going to be a huge, I'm going to run a 6-hour marathon then because I can only run 7 or 8 miles during that 2 hours? And really think about, should you be running a marathon then at this time? Maybe this isn't the time for you. Maybe next year's the best time for you. And we will look forward to seeing you and hearing from you in the RunRX group, maybe on a Ask Me Anything on Wednesday. Maybe you've joined us on the 30-day reboot, but we hope you'll listen on Friday. Thanks, guys. Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.